So I've been traveling the world for about 10 years now, and in this video, I'm going to tell you about the scariest thing that I've ever done on my travels. You've never seen this before. I've never talked about it because I genuinely never wanted any of you guys to follow in my footsteps because it is that scary. I was that scared. But before we get started, if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you'll get notified of all my new videos. Plus, make sure you are following me on Instagram because I'm going to be doing travel Q&As every month. So if you want your travel questions answered, don't forget to be following me there. Now, some of you might be thinking, what could be the scariest thing that you've ever done on your travels? Would it be skydiving from 15,000 feet in New Zealand where you literally need oxygen to jump from that high? Could it be taking the one-way sketchy roads up to Machu Picchu? Would it be climbing Mount Everest? Just kidding, I'm not climbing Mount Everest. I'm not there yet. Would it be wandering home late at night in the streets of Brazil where every other traveler you speak to has a horror story of being mugged of some sort or stabbed? No. It's riverboarding in Queenstown, New Zealand, the adventure hub of all things adrenaline. So what's riverboarding? Riverboarding is essentially whitewater rafting, whereas instead of having a blown up raft with other people going down these rapids, you're on a kickboard. Just a tiny little kickboard with a life jacket and a helmet on, going down the same rapids. Now, if you've ever been whitewater rafting, you would know that there are classifications for the strength of the rapids in the river. So it's like class 1 to 5, and usually about a 2 to 3 is what you do whitewater rafting, because unless you are like a skilled whitewater rafter, they won't take you on like a 4 or even a 5. I've never done a 5. Now, I was pretty excited to initially do this because I've been whitewater rafting multiple times and it's a lot of fun, you know? So why wouldn't going down rapids head first on a kickboard be a lot of fun?
Now you can say hello, camera.
So while you're on your own kickboard going through these rapids, you're actually in a group. And how the group works is there are like guides that'll stay kind of at the front or the middle or at the end to kind of guide you down the river. Now, the first rule of going down the river is you need to stay into the middle of the river. You cannot venture off the sides of the river because on the sides are where the eddies are. And eddies are these like flowing pools of water where there's usually like logs and debris and they can create these like whirlpool. I'm gonna put the definition here. That's an eddy. One of my friends in high school died because she got stuck in an eddy. Her foot got lodged under a log and she drowned. No, it's not a joke. Like, it is very, very dangerous.
Keep pointing straight down.
When you are paddling down this river, it's a river. It's going to toss you, like it's going to take you everywhere. And there's a lot of force and a lot of power. And your little paddling legs don't really do much in regards to the current of the river. So for the whole time as you're going down the river, you're like paddling like crazy to try and like stay in the center of the river. And the guides are consistently yelling at you to get back in the center of the river. Like if you start veering off to one of the sides, they just start yelling.
Point to left. Point to left. Okay, point to left. Kick hard, guys, kick.
And that's just during the calm parts. Like that's just during the normal river flowing parts of your journey. So there are a lot of little rapids that you'll kind of go through when you're going down a river that'll kind of just toss you around a little bit. And then there are the big rapids, the more complex rapids, the ones that require a skill and a certain way of approaching them. They are the named rapids. And the first rapid that we got to experience was something called the washing machine. Now, the washing machine, as described to us from our guide, was a rapid where you're gonna go over this little waterfall and it's gonna push you under and kind of spin you around in the water like a washing machine. But then it'll spit you out and you'll go on your happy merry way. It'll be about 5 seconds that you will be under the water, but it'll spit you out. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, those 5 5 seconds feel like the longest 5 seconds you'll ever experience.
Okay, give him a few kicks. Give him some kicks. Give him some hard kicks. Big kicks. You good?
When you go through the washing machine, you get sort of an automatic body response where you just start panicking and your brain goes into survival mode of, oh my God, I'm drowning, I'm not getting oxygen. And all of those fun things start happening. Now that was just the first name rapids, and there were 4 more name rapids to go, like the twins, where it was 2 waterfalls that you were going to be going down, where you need to approach on the right angle on the first one, or else you're going to be at the wrong angle of the second one, and then you could just die.
Okay, guys, whatever you do, don't go to the guide's left. Okay, so keep pointing straight down. When I tell you to point right, you point right. When I tell you to kick, you kick. So kicking, kick. Okay, point to the left.
Now, this is not even me being over dramatic here, because people have actually died doing this exact activity before. Like this company that I went with, who's actually not even around anymore. They might have created themselves into a new company, because it looks like riverboarding is still a thing in New Zealand. But the actual company that I went with was the one that was sued for death and negligence and doesn't exist anymore. Never before have I felt so out of control of like the situation, of the circumstances, where I genuinely really did not feel safe. So that's why you've never seen this, and I have never talked about it until now. So this was in 2012, so maybe things have changed since then. It does look like there are other there are companies that still do this in the areas. Maybe they've made it safer, or they don't take you through crazy rapids called washing machines anymore. Who knows? All I know is this is my personal experience with riverboarding, and it was the scariest thing I've ever done. And that's saying a lot, I think. But now I want to know, what has been the scariest thing that you guys and gals have done on your travels? Or what has been something that you've just genuinely felt like unsafe about? Let me know down below in the comments. I look forward to reading your stories, because I'm sure you guys have some crazy stories as well. Thank you again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again in a few days' time with another video. Bye.
When you catch your breath back.